What up, my people? Y'all know we used to this. It's your man, Dramedy Drew. Welcome to another episode of Vibe Wichita. We maxing and relaxing. But anyway, man, I'm here with my man, LT. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm doing great. It's a great day.
I see you been catching some sun.
Yeah, man, you know I'm a head coach of football, so
Yeah.
out there with the kids, LT little kids.
You got a tan, so you look Cambodian now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Cambodian.
We can go with that.
We got that Cambodian. And of course, who do we got in the building today?
All right. So this is funny. Like, this whole thing set up like last night. Literally, we was chilling at a mutual friend's house. I said, "You know the show?" She like, "Nah, I want to come on." You know. But anyway, one and only Miss Sarah Myers in the building.
Hey, guys.
Sarah Myers, how are you feeling today? How are you?
Oh, I feel so good. Like, seriously, it feels so good to be back home.
Oh my goodness, Sarah, you are out here. Wait, what high school did you go to?
Well, I went to like 4 different high schools. But in Wichita.
You were that bad?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
There's no
okay.
doubt.
So you went to Metro, you went to Metro Boulevard.
No, I went to 2
the
in
school
Wichita.
in the mall. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
East and South High. And I
You went to East
graduated
and
from
South.
East.
Okay. What year?
2005.
2005. Okay. 2005.
That's crazy. That's throwback for real.
Wow. Why did I think you graduated like 2008?
Because I just got those kind of vibes.
Okay. So I also heard you were good with makeup.
You heard?
That's what I
That's
heard.
what you should know.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
So that's the only venture, or I don't want to say it's the only venture, but that's a venture that I know you are really, you're really surpassing a lot of people is in that game there. So explain how did you get into it?
So I was going to college for biology in Alaska. Decided to move back to Kansas for love. Decided, what am I going to do with my life? Like, I'm always looking at like magazines, like all the high-end fashion magazines, like, and I love the artistry of how like the photos were all put together. But one thing that was always drawn to me was the fashion and the beauty.
Right.
So I was like, okay, let me go to cosmetology school. Went to cosmetology school, learned how to do hair. Great. Makeup just was something that I'm always been good at art. Like, I've always been a creative person. So I just kind of like honed in on that. Once I figured people would pay me money to do it, I was like, I could rock with this.
Isn't that like the best feeling? Like, it's like, yo, like I love doing this, but I can get paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels good to do something and it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
Like everything, all the stress, all the drama, nonsense kind of goes out the window when I'm painting a face or, just serving, doing my normal.
So what are the facets of makeup that are important? I guess like you do makeup for weddings, you do theater makeup, you do makeup to make someone feel good. Like what are all the things that you touch?
All of it.
Everything.
So in Dallas, I moved to Dallas 2 years ago. I manage a makeup counter there in Dallas. I work for NARS, and then I do my freelance makeup, and I also do makeup at a strip club, but at night. But facets of makeup, it kind of goes all the way across the board. I mean, I love to supply people with that emotion. Like, I feel like they can conquer whatever they're trying to do with my aid. So when a woman looks in the mirror and she's like has her wedding day or like her whatever she's getting her makeup done for, she just feels like she can rock through it and push through. But I also do theater makeup. I mean, per request. But that's what fuels me is the emotion that I can give someone.
Okay.
And I was talking to her last night. You said you do some kind of high profile clients. You want to talk about that a little bit? You don't have to go too specific, but
so the high profile, a lot of my business, they're just like corporate women in corporate America. I don't really entertain television. I haven't watched TV in like 3 years. I couldn't tell you who's who or who they are or whatever, but there are some exotic dancers of the night that are really famous that I touch their face on a daily basis and they kind of get down through there. So, yeah. They're like underground, like success. They don't need like validation. It's just they're out here making moves,
Yeah, because I mean, like Texas is like a whole country within it of itself.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
It's so big down there, man. It's a lot to do, a lot of opportunity.
Big.
Yeah, it's like, I know it's like massive opportunity for growth there, but especially something in this game where it's, or I say this game, but you know, the cosmetology game, it's ample. There's so much opportunity in like Dallas, Atlanta, and just, you know, those places like that where we're populated there and we're actually making moves down there. So I commend you on that.
Well, thank you.
When did you moved to Dallas when?
2 years ago, September 2 years ago.
What made you move?
Opportunity. I felt like here in Wichita, I kind of like, it was the very beginning of my beauty career, I guess. And I had reached a point to where I was like bored. Like I wasn't feeling a mental stretch, like in all aspects of my life, like personally, financially, business wise, relationship wise. It was just kind of stagnant. So I was like, there has to be a change.
Right.
Yeah.
So Dallas was that change there for you? Was there any encouragement for you to go down to Dallas, or was that just something you thought about?
I think Dallas, it was just it was a big enough city to where I could grow, and it's known across the entire U.S. You know, it's one of the bigger cities in the country, and it was close enough to home to where I could get back in ease, either a 30-minute flight or a 5.5, 6 hour drive. So
I got there in 4 hours. So
so you're a speeder.
Something like that. I'm from Southern California, so everywhere, if there's no cars there, then you just go.
You just zoom, yeah.
You just put your foot down. So, but where do you see yourself within the next 5 years with your craft?
Oh, I think that I will be back independent, not working for a company. Having a storefront is in the near future. A lash line is in the near future. And maybe dabble into a cosmetic line, something of that nature. A lot of people in Dallas are opening cosmetic lines, so all you have to do is have the capital for it.
Right. You know what? I've been seeing this lately within the last week. People are doing weird things or different things with their eyebrows.
Right.
How do you feel about that, and what do you think?
I had no idea. So I was doing a class, like I did a little pop-up class here a few days ago.
Oh, I heard about
Saturday.
it. I heard about it. Yeah.
It was so cute. Like I live for it, and I have to come back and do classes more often because they had so many questions. I feel like they walked away with so much knowledge. It was dope. But one of the people, actually, it was my friend Parashay. She said, "Sarah, have you seen the squiggly eyebrows?" I said, "What are you talking about, ma'am? I've not seen these."
Yeah.
She pulled up this picture and it blew my mind. I was like, "How? Why would somebody walk out of the house like that?"
I'm thinking, okay, so a lace front eyebrow is what it looks like. Like, how do you do that? Like, some of them look braided. Some of them look.
A ponytail?
Yeah. So how does that work?
I don't know. I've never attempted.
Crazy.
I have nothing in my being or my spirit will allow me to walk out of the house with a damn ponytail eyebrow or a squiggle.
I don't know. LT.
Like, what emotion is that? What emotion is a squiggle eyebrow? Exactly.
Confused?
Surprised? I don't know. No.
Bamboozled.
Okay. Yeah. Hoodwinked. We can go with that. LT, best guess. How do you think they're doing that? I feel like they're like hair plugs.
Huh?
Like, how do you think they're like adding?
I don't know.
Bro, I know a lot of things, but I don't know how they do.
Or
I said best guess.
They're covering their eyebrows completely and then just redrawing them on.
Okay. Now, see, they could go the Making Good route and tattoo them on.
Who?
Making Good.
Yeah, I know who Making Good is, but I'm just like, I don't understand.
What, the tattooing?
No, I understand the tattooing, but why would you do a squiggle eyebrow or a ponytail eyebrow?
Because it's different. People are trying to make waves. There's a lane for everybody.
Are you serious?
There's an eyebrow lane. There's a lane for everybody.
Absolutely, but a ponytail eyebrow gang?
Look, okay. You see the boxer braids, is what they call them? The boxer braids that the Kardashians was wearing?
Braids?
No, boxer braids. They're straight. They're like 4 or 5 straight backs.
Oh. The prison braids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that
All
was a
right,
wave.
whatever.
That was a wave. Now we've been doing that for years.
Since
Years.
prison.
Okay. More like the fields.
We've been doing it for fields. Before then.
We've been doing it for a long time.
Did you know they used to do that for maps?
Wait, what?
That's how cornrows started.
For maps?
Yes, for a map. They would braid a design into the head so you would know how to get to where you're going.
It's the reason they call them cornrows. Maybe they were running through cornfields?
Possibly.
Maybe. Hey, we might have look, now I need to write this down now. I need to go look that up.
Look it up. You're going to be mind blown. Some of those braid designs are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
So let's reel it back in. Talk about how you found your niche in Dallas.
Finding the niche.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact I have a very strong aura. Like people are just drawn to me naturally. So I'm kind of choosy about who I have in my inner circle, like what I share my personal life with, but more or less I'm a really open book. Don't really have a filter or whatever. So I'm working at Nordstrom, managing the makeup counter, and obviously similar artists are like makeup artists, we vibe or whatever. So just mingling with those girls, mingling with like the who's who of Dallas, and then kind of getting in those cliques and like just having a good time and building sincere relationships. Like,
so networking.
yeah, absolutely. But my niche, I mean, I feel like I'm a one of a kind type of person, you know? So
you say
either you're with it or you're not.
You say you have a strong aura about you.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to go and talk to a lot of people. They come and talk to you.
No, I don't.
Can you go and talk to people?
What? I can have a conversation with this water bottle. Like that's just what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Talk about what's the biggest difference between Dallas and Wichita, whether it be business.
The mindset.
Okay, go ahead.
The mindset is like completely different. I feel like Wichita kind of leaves you at a certain plateau mentally to where you're comfortable. Like it's easy to survive here. It's easy to get certain things started. Trial and error, I feel like, is fairly easy. They're like, you know, that's kind of learn how to like open stuff and try and risk, you know, it's like easy to do it here. Dallas, if you want to succeed, you got to put up some money. So the mentality is different because everybody hustles, you know. Now, some people hustle harder than others, or in certain ways, legally or illegally, but they make it happen.
Right.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
I actually agree. It's super easy to get comfortable here.
absolutely.
Because when you know everything about everything here and about everybody here, and
Yeah.
and it's just it gets so mundane. So Dallas, that's challenging.
Right.
So I agree, man. I like that.
A lot of people move from Wichita, move to Dallas and places like that.
To the D.
What advice would you give somebody that wants to move there? Like, what do they need to do to make it?
So here's the deal. You have to focus on what you want to do. You have to figure out what drives you, like what keeps you motivated and because when you move to a bigger city, like I was like, because I'm like literally like a happy dog, meeting everyone, running up and finding out as much stuff as I can, like absorbing everything. And for a minute, I lost track of focus. And then about a year ago, I regained my focus and I was like, you didn't move here for this. Like, you can't, like in Wichita, I would go out a lot all the time. It was easy to get up and do my clients or whatever. But in Dallas, it's a whole nother ballgame because you have to drive, you have to take all these things into consideration. Like, and it's very, very expensive. So my advice is to focus in on what you want to do. You know, visit maybe a few times prior to going, get the little partying out the way, you know, see all the spots that you want to see. But buckle down and make it happen. Like, you have to stick to the plans. Like short-term and long-term plans. So stick to them and don't ease up off of those.